My mind here was somewhere else, man. I was not the Miriam that I am right now. Thank God for his light and his favor and his hand in my life. He's transformed me, you know. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Miriam. I hope that you guys are doing very well. If you've never seen me before and this is your first time seeing me, my name is Miriam. Welcome to my channel. If you clicked on this video, it's probably because of the title, so you probably want to know what I have to say on the subject, or maybe you're passionate about it. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video. If you haven't subscribed, I hope that by the end of this video you will subscribe. You know, I mean, got nothing to lose, right? So today I just want to talk, you know, I said on my previous video that for this channel I'll just talk about what I want to talk about, whether I get views, whether I get comments, whether I get, I don't even care. I want to be Miriam, I want to be me, and I want to speak about things that I'm passionate about and things that I love to speak about. And one of the subjects that I'm passionate about and I love talking about is women. I just love women empowerment. I love to just encourage women, because I think women, I'm a woman myself, and I think women are amazing. I think we're put on this in this world not by mistake. I think we are amazing in terms of, like, we women, if we have an idea or if there's something we want to do, like, we will do it. You know, we have that drive. We are strong. We are very strong mentally. We are very strong in terms of, you know, being focused. You know, so if we decide that there's something that we have to do or we want to do, I know that there's nothing that as women can stop us. So I think women are amazing in every aspect. And one of the things that hurt me the most, that hurt me in terms of that I don't like to see, is seeing women that don't know who they are. Seeing ladies that just settle for less than they deserve. You know, seeing women that, you know, are treated less because of their gender. Seeing women that, you know, that just don't know who they are, that settle, that just have no vision and just stand there. Seeing women, seeing people talking, just mistreating women, or just, you know, insulting women. So I just, you know, there are many things that I just don't like to see, and one of the things that I don't like to see, as I said, is just seeing women not knowing who they are. So in this video I want to talk about just keeping your standard as a woman, and just keeping your standards, not lowering your standard, not lowering your standard for anyone. The importance of just keeping your standards, especially in this world. I'm not going to lie and be here and say, oh, it's easy as a woman to not succumb to the pressure of society. I'm not going to come and say it's easy to just, you know, but, you know, when you have principles, when you have values, and, you know, it's easy to see. I'm not going to sit here and say it's easy in this world to have values and not being tempted and not being pressurized. You know, I'm strong, so I never get tempted. I'm strong, so I never get pressure. No, I'll be lying if I say that, especially in this generation of also social media, Instagram, Twitter, TV, television. Just see, in this generation is even harder. It's not harder, but it's more of a challenge to, whether you're a man or a woman, to keep your standards. To, you know, when I say keeping your standards, is to know, maybe for you there are certain things that you will not tolerate from a man. For example, you just know that, hey, I would not want a man that treat me this way. I would not want anyone to treat me this way. You know, I would not want anyone to call me by this name, or to insult me, or to call me a bitch, or to call me whatever. I would not want anyone to treat me this way. But then because of the society and because of the trends, then you lower your standards and you think, oh, whatever, you know, I mean, my time is ticking, I'm old now, so I will just take any man that comes by. Or, you know, everyone in the, or maybe you're thinking, oh, you know, nowadays women are just okay with it. Nowadays that's how it is, so I'm okay with it. Even if I'm treated this way, even if I'm treated a certain way, I'm okay. My time is ticking, I'll just take it like that. This man is not treating me right. He's not, you know, treating me as the queen that I am. But okay, I'm okay, whatever, you know, my time is ticking. You know, my parents are pressurizing me to get married. I mean, I feel lonely, so even though this guy is not treating me right, I'll just be with him. Or maybe, you know, you're the kind of person, you're the kind of woman who will not post certain things. You just don't like showing certain parts of your body. You will not really post anything on social media that that is basically too sexual or too something. Maybe because of social media now, and you see many people just doing these things, so you too, you start posting certain things. This world, there's a lot of pressure these days, much more of a challenge to keep your standards. But I'm here to tell you that you should keep your standards, and you should never lower your standards for anyone. If you're someone who that you just don't like certain things, or you don't want to be treated a certain way, I want to tell you that keep it that way. Keep it that way. Lydia Fawcett, who is a Ghanaian actress, on her, I followed her recently on social media, and what she says is that I think one of the things she says is that no matter how you are, whether you're fat, whether you're slim, whether you're this or that, you are somebody's taste at the end of the day. Because some people may like your kind of personality. You don't have to change for anyone. So before I even say you are somebody's taste, you should be your taste. You should be okay with you being who you are. So don't lower your standards for anyone or anybody. Keep your standards. If there are certain things you will not tolerate you will not tolerate from anyone, then just don't tolerate it. Don't lower your standards. Don't let people call you names. Don't let people call you names because, oh, that's what's trending, so it's okay. If you in your spirit, there are certain things that you don't like or you won't accept from anyone. Just don't lower your standards for anyone. Keep your dignity. If you don't believe in sex before marriage, if you don't believe in sex or intimacy before marriage, keep it that way. Don't be pressurized by this society or by anyone. Keep your standards. And what's important as well, what I would say is, if you're someone who has standards, if you're a person, if you're a woman who has standards, who this is you've never been that kind of person, it's very important to surround yourself with people that think the same way that you do. And what I mean by that is, it's important to not be with people that just find you strange, because don't be with people that question your standards. Like, come on, Miriam, like nowadays, everyone does that. Everyone does that. So why? Don't be with people that try to push you to do things that you're not supposed to do, or you don't feel right to do. So what's important when you have standards, when you have your values, it's important to keep yourself, to not be around people that push you to do certain things. It doesn't mean you're weak. You find some people saying, oh, but me, I'm strong, so whatever. No matter what, never think you're too strong. Never think you're too strong. It's important to surround yourself with people that think the way that you do. And even if you don't have these people at the moment, it's important to not be with people that push you to doing certain things. And at the right time, you will attract who you are. You will attract people that think the way you do. They may not come immediately, but they will come. So what I would say is, keep your standards as a woman. And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, you may be somewhere and think, oh my gosh, what's the point of being like, if you're a Christian, for example, you may have thought once, what's the point of doing the right thing when I see people that are not really following God's principles succeeding? I had this thought before. I'm like, because me, there are certain things I don't do. Not because I was born this way. I think I've had a few friends in my past that thought, oh, Miriam, she doesn't really do these things, and they thought I was born this way, like, oh, Miriam, that's how she is. But they don't know that I've changed over the years. What I don't do now, I may have done in the past. Okay, I'm not going to go into details, but what I'm saying is that life is a progress. No one is born perfect, and if you're someone who was born into righteousness as soon as you were born, then you're blessed. God's hand has always been on me. I'm not gonna lie, God's hand has always been on me, but I haven't always been smart. I don't know what I didn't know what I know now. So life is a process. So what I'm saying is that in life, it's important to keep your standards as a woman. If there are certain things that you don't do, or there are certain things that you were taught as a Christian, for example, there are certain things that it's not right to do, like, I shouldn't do this, then it's important to not fall into the pressure and into the temptation. But what I would say also is that sometimes, yeah, as ladies, we put ourselves in those situations. I'm not gonna come and say, oh my gosh, don't fall into the pressure, don't fall into temptation. But I think sometimes as ladies, we put ourselves in those situations, because we might, you know, for example, social media, you might go on Instagram, you might scroll and scroll and scroll into and just, you know, that there are people that you shouldn't really follow because they kind of influence you in a certain way, you know, like, you know in your heart that I shouldn't really follow this person, but you're there just following them and scrolling through their pictures and stuff, and you keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, and maybe in your head you're thinking, I'm strong, it's not going to do anything to me. But then I'm saying that basically what you keep watching and what you keep feeding is what's going to feed you at the end of the day. So even if what you do right now, one thing that I posted last time is, even if you do something that now has, you know, you don't see the consequences, more you keep doing it, more you keep watching it, more you keep listening to it, more it's actually going to bear fruit in your life. And then you're going to be a certain way, or you're going to have a strange thought, and you're going to be like, how come, I mean, why am I thinking like that? And then when you think back, it's basically because of what you've been listening, what you've been watching, and what you've been watching, and what you've been watching, without realizing. For me, what I've done is, okay, me, yeah, I'm a Christian, I believe in God, and there are certain things that I don't do. Like, for example, there are certain songs that I used to listen to in the past. You know, you might not believe me, I used to actually really like Bow Wow. When I first moved to the UK from France, because basically my uncle had iTunes, right? On his laptop he had iTunes and stuff, and it has a lot of songs, and some of the songs that he had was Bow Wow. See the rapper, the American rapper, girl, you know, he had his songs on his computer, and I used to listen to his songs over and over and over again. I used to love songs. Yeah,
I've been watching you for a minute. Come through here so sweet, sin it. Your life, girl, you need me in it. I'm determined to win it.
I mean, when I first moved to the UK, yeah, my mind, yeah, was somewhere else, man. I was not the Miriam that I am right now. Thank God for his light and his favor and his hand in my life. He's transformed me, you know. But I used to, you know, listen and stuff. For me, back then, I didn't really have conviction, because I guess my relationship with God wasn't as strong as it is now. So there's nothing wrong with rap, but some of the lyrics of these songs were a bit like, girl, what are you listening to? But for me, I just like the beat and stuff like that. I didn't really have conviction. So for me, it was nothing. Or I used to watch certain things. Yeah, I used to, you know, watch certain movies that, Miriam, you're a bit too young to watch this kind of movies. Nothing wrong with these movies, but you know, I used to listen to things. I mean, life is a process. But now that I'm, you know, stronger in my faith, and you know, God has just taken me from so much, that's certain things I don't listen to. I will not sit down here and go and listen to Bow Wow or watch certain movies that just don't really lead to anywhere. I will not do that right now because I know better, you know. So what I'm saying by that is that life here, there are certain decisions now that I make in order not to fall in the same, basically not to do what I used to do. So once you have your standard, it's a thing where it's a continuous decision to not do the thing that you used to do anymore. So it's not because you're a Christian or you've accepted Christ or whatever that now, oh my gosh, you're a new person, oh my gosh, oh, I don't want to do these things anymore. No, it's a continuous decision to not, it's a continuous choice. Like, it's every day a choice to not do things that to just not do certain things. What basically a continuous, like, is a process, and is a decision that you have to make daily to not do certain things, you know. And then the more you say no to these things, the more you say no to these things, the more you say no to these friends that push you into doing certain things, the more you say no to not listening to certain music that make you fall in the certain mood, and then you want to do certain things, the more you say no to these things, the easier it will be for you to not do them anymore. Because even the Bible says resist the devil and he will flee from you. It doesn't say keep doing the thing that you shouldn't do and then he will flee from you. No, you have to resist it. So there's a moment where that thing is going to keep telling you to do it, or to listen to the, like maybe the music that you used to listen to keep telling you, you know, there'll be moments where you feel like listening to them. There'll be moments where you feel like watching these movies. There'll be moments where you feel like going back to these old friends. But it's like you have to resist it, and the more you resist it, the more it will flee from you. So you too have work to do on your part, you know. And the more you resist it, the more it will lose its power over your life. So that's what has happened to me and a lot of people that I know. It's not that no one is born into righteousness. No one is born perfect. It's basically God's grace. Once you start thinking, oh my gosh, I was born this way, I was born into, you know, I mean, I'm not that kind of person, so I was never really that kind of person. That means you start questioning, you start having self-righteousness, and you stop depending on God's grace. You should start thinking that, oh my gosh, you're perfect. You stop depending on God's grace. So for me, I always say that it's by God's grace that I am who I am right now, you know. So it's a process. Like, in order not to fall for the pressure of society, as I said, you have to resist. You know, there'll be moments where you want to go back, you would want to do certain things. There'll be moments where you look at people, yeah, and you say, what's the point of being righteous? What's the point of, especially when you're a Christian, you've accepted Christ, you have a different life, thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not doing certain things now, I'm not listening to certain things. What's the point? Because I see people in the world, people out there that do these things and they're very successful. You know, I'm not listening to certain kind of music, but I see people in the world that listen to this music and I see them being successful. You know, I see artists that you know, whose lyrics are very kind of sexual and very tempting and very bad when it comes to bad influence, but they're very rich. The truth is that judgment is God's. You're not here to judge people. You're not here to observe. You're here to do what God has called you to do. You're here to basically be the person that God has called you to be. If you're meant to be that way, you would be that way. But you are not that way, because God did not make you that way. God basically shifted you into a different direction for a reason. And you are meant to be who God called you to be. You're not meant to look at people and use people as your standard. You're meant to just focus on God and what He's called you to do. And at the end of the day, judgment is God's. There are different verses in the Bible that talk about the fact that, you know, now you see, like, so many verses. I'm probably gonna give I'm probably gonna put the text here or something, or the verse here. So don't worry about those who are doing whatever and they're not being judged, or they're not really being they're being successful. Don't worry about them. This is God's business. Just do what you're meant to do in your life. Just touch the people that you're meant to touch in your life. Just bless the people that you're meant to bless in your life. Time is ticking. You don't know when your time will come for you to go to heaven. You have no time to be looking at what people are doing. Just follow in your lane. Do what God has called you to do. And that's what's the most important thing. It's important to constantly remind yourself as to why you're not doing certain things. Because once you forget the why, you'll be like, why am I not doing it? You know, so it's important to remind yourself of the why you're doing it. Because you love God, because that's against what God believes, because listening to this music push me into doing certain things, push me into a certain mood, because it doesn't sit right with my spirit. You know, you have, so that, you know, you will not feed your flesh. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, I've spoken a lot on this I've spoken a lot on this video, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you're a woman, even if you're a man, in fact, I want to talk to you, the men. You know what I don't understand though is the men that say, oh, I want a virgin, I want a lady who goes to church, who does this. But then when you look at their lives, my friend, are you even following God's way yourself? You know, some men that just do certain things, and then when they've calmed down, they come and say, oh, I want a gentle girl. But please, are you being a gentleman yourself? Are you keeping yourself? Are you keeping your ears clean? You know, certain things that, hey, men also need to look at themselves. But also, I'll have to say, there are men out there who really, you know, who really just keep their standards. You know, there are men out there who don't fall for the society's hype, and I want to salute men that are like this. I know men that are like this. Do I know men that? Yeah, I know men that are like this. And what I would say is, I'm sure what helps those men is that they are around men that think the same way that they do. You know, they're around brothers who keep them grounded. They're around men who have the same values. So that definitely, I'm sure, is the case. And yeah, what the tips that I've given also work for the men. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Thumbs up if you like this video. I spoke from my heart. This is Miriam. Like, this is me. This is what I love talking about. This is basically me, 100%. So I've always been me though, but yeah, this is just my kind of thing. Hope that you guys enjoyed this video. By the way, when I was in Ghana, I also was on TV. I was on TV Africa. I was invited by a presenter, basically. If you guys want to watch this episode, I will definitely upload it. I will upload it anyway on this channel. It was really good. My first time actually being on TV, you know. And basically what happened, how I was casted is that I was at the Accra Mall, right, talking with one of my girlfriends, one of my friends, and we were just talking, you know, I was just talking about, her name is Nadia. I was just talking about, you know, knowing your worth as a woman and how fabulous we women are, but sometimes we just don't know it. You know, just talking about this woman empowerment thing. I think there was someone at the background who was a TV producer or TV presenter. It was like, Miriam and Nadia, I want you guys to be on the episode. So that's how it came about. I'll upload the episode later on. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't, because I'm going to talk about more things that have to do with women, that have to do with people, that have to do with life, that have to do with God, that have to do with everything. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. See you on my next one. God bless.